Shalom, people. This is Brother Lyles coming at you with another video. And I know it's been a while since I did one, but my wife had a family emergency that we have been dealing with and currently still dealing with. But I just wanted to come on and give you a word of encouragement and also uh, tell you that, you can make it. Um, for all of you that know that these holidays are not of the Most High, and that you don't participate in them. You know that Thanksgiving and Christmas are two of the hardest times of the year to deal with family and friends, because when you don't participate, and even though you tell them, hey, I'm not participating, not because I don't want to be with you. I'm not participating because it's a pagan holiday, and I'm trying to you know walk in that narrow way. They look at you like either you're a Jehovah Witness, or that you are a religious fanatic. Now, as I had stated to many years ago on several of my videos, I stopped celebrating these pagan holidays a long time ago, even before I knew that some of us here in America, black people, were descendants of the biblical Hebrews. Although it took us some years for me and my family to wean ourselves off of that, right? It wasn't overnight. But especially now that there's been a heightened understanding in the last 10 years or so, uh, with some of our people learning that they could indeed be descendants of the biblical Hebrews, and there's some just finding out themselves, outside of any religious connotations, that some of these holidays are of pagan origin. A lot of our people have started moving away from them, although it's still a sizable amount that still is. It's a very tough time to be, and in some cases, some of you um, might have still had to uh, go and maybe not participate, but just to go to see family and friends, because there might have been one that was real sick, and you understood that this might be the only time I'll get to see them. So although I understand that I'm not gonna participate in the festivities, I will be there with my family for that particular loved one, so that um, we can see each other. And like I said, it took me and my family some years, and um, and we understand we're still living in the land of our captivity. Some of you got jobs where they're having a Christmas party or something like that, and you are the supervisor. So you know definitely, the upper management would kind of frown on you if you didn't be there. So you have these different variables that you have to deal with. So no one's perfect. No one is saying that in no shape, form, or fashion that you will ever have a run in with having to intermingle with this which was kind of the situation that Paul was trying to talk to the believers in the book of Romans about, just different things of, and in the book of Corinthians, he was trying to talk to them about, you know, being obliged to do certain things or whatever. So this is where the power of the Holy Spirit can come in and lead and guide you. But overall, that you get a mindset that I have to, that I need to definitely move away and have a mind of rejection for these things that I know clearly are not of the Most High. You understand? Because um, we're getting there where the lines between good and evil are so blurred now. And so in this small thing, right, that you're doing, that you're saying, hey, I'm not participating in Christmas, I'm not participating in Thanksgiving, you are starting to try to solidify yourself so that when the Holy Spirit tells you, hey, come out of this, you'll be instantaneous in doing it. Because if you're faithful in the few things, the small things like this, he'll make you rulers over many, and he'll open up other doors for you. And also, you could also be a positive influence on your family, because we know, or at least I'm going to say for myself, I know in the black family, and especially in mine, that these holidays are some of the leading causes of some of the financial situations that we have, poor financial management that we have in black communities, is because we are very religious people, but we're very lost. And when it comes to these holidays, which uh, coming along with either Christianity, or some of you that are into Islam, or some of you that are into Judaism, because it seems that uh, reason I'm understanding now why some these people call themselves Jewish, or some of these Islamic people are able to participate now in Christmas and in some Islamic countries, is because it's all the paganism goes back to um, Babylon, which was the Nimrod. And if you look at Islam, you look at this thing called Judaism, right, which was created when our people went into Babylon in captivity under Nebuchadnezzar. During them 70 years, they reconnected with the mystery Babylon religions and Zoroastrianism, which is Zoroastrianism was a part of that, and they intermingled it, with uh, some of the beliefs that they brought out of Israel, and they brought it back to when they went back into the land. That this is what Yeshua was battling against. He was battling against a mixture of the beliefs of Yahuwah, and some mystery Babylon beliefs and traditions. And this is what he was so adamant against the scribes and Pharisees. Was he was telling them that you have put all these burdens and these different things upon these people, and some of these Kabbalistic beliefs that they had created, and you wasn't gonna get into heaven, but you wasn't gonna let nobody else get in by putting these crazy burdens on them, right? Of all these religious tasks. So when our people got thrust out of the land because we rejected Yahuwah's only begotten son, Yeshua, and we got thrust into all these different countries, um, because we are religious people, And when the Romans took over the message and intermingled it with all this paganism and intermingled with all these different things that you had to do, and then Islam came along and all these different religions that our people put themselves in because we rejected Yeshua. When Yeshua said, "My yoke is easy and my burden is light," he said, "Okay, now that you're gonna be scattered into all these different nations and countries, and you want to take on just like you took on the burden of Judaism with all the crazy stuff that the scribes and Pharisees and lawyers had you to do. You're going to go into these people's nations, get mixed in with their religions, and you're going to take on all these heavy burdens and different things that they're going to lay upon you that you got to do. Because what do you see with these pagan holidays that causes us as black people to get into so much a financial situation? We'll start here with Christmas. Christmas, we know that maybe throughout the year you're taking money and you putting money aside to buy presents for and gifts and stuff for one day that you could be buying the people throughout the year when they are probably cheaper. That's why you have some people that actually started this thing called Christmas in July, because they said, why are we waiting for one day of the year when we got good bargains and stuff during July? We can buy them now and give you your present now and not wait to Christmas. But getting back to what I was saying, you either you doing that or either you taking credit cards and buying all these different kinds of things, right? Of money that you don't really have to have a reputation of, oh, he do it big or she do it big, and you buying all these different things. Then the family gathering part, nothing is wrong with that. I want to stop and say that right there. There's nothing wrong with family gathering, but I'm saying the gathering of the time of this pagan holiday and all these different things is, I'm saying, when you look at it, you're spending all this money, right? Credit cards throughout the year or for that one day. And I had a thought the other day when I was in the store and I was seeing people, buying the gifts, but they was also buying copious amounts of alcohol. And my theory is that because so many of our people are either buying stuff with money that they don't really have, right? To give gifts to either their children or to family or friends that they're gonna get that either they might not really like, or that with the children they'll play with it for a couple of hours, a couple of days, or even play with a couple of weeks, and then they'll forget it, throw it at the side, and then when something new comes, they ask for that. My theory is that you buy all this alcohol so that you can start drinking on Christmas Eve all the way to Christmas morning, so that you'll be numb to the fact that, why did I spend all this money? Why did I go into all this debt? And it's such a waste. I could have done something else. That you buy the alcohol so that you can, say, well, I'm just gonna zone out or whatever. But when when you come down off of the drunken stupor, you come to in a couple of weeks, if you use credit cards or whatever to get all these bills and everything, and you start paying. And I've seen this. I've seen this with my own eyes, and you understand that our people, even in the ghetto, do this kind of stuff. And then when you look at their life, you see where they've never traveled, they never done anything that maybe they liked, or took up painting, or did something, because they're taking all their money to spend in these holidays. Easter, Easter, we gotta go spend hundreds and hundreds of dollars to get new suits and stuff, and maybe with the church thing, you're not even going to the quote unquote church, but once a year or whatever. But when you do, you got to step out in style, and it's just madness that and well, that's not even just pick on uh, Christmas, right? Let's look at again the Islam. Let's look at the Judaism, and because a lot of our people are into those things now, right? And so it's either way you spending money, on all kinds of religious garbs and all these kind of things, all the stuff that Yeshua came to do away with, right? To live the the simplistic um uh, uh, righteous path life. The narrow way is not the path that most people want to go, because it's not glitzy, it's not glamorous. The Bible said that the devil comes as an angel of light. And when you think about Christmas, what do you think about? The lights. You think about Rudolph. You think about all these different things out here, imaginary, in your face, whatever, and amazement and magical and all these things. Nobody, Pastor Darby said something, and I kind of partially agree with him. I don't totally agree the with the whole statement, but he did say living righteous can be boring. I would say somewhat, if you could say in comparison to what you see the world doing, but I don't necessarily think living righteous has to be quote unquote boring, because we can travel. We can gather with family. We just don't have to gather on the wicked holidays. We can come up with an alternative day. This doesn't have to be boring, right? Even like for instance, myself and my family, what we decided to start doing some years ago, we said, well, we know we're not gonna, for the most part, participate in at least on those days that they want us. We can go traveling. Like one year, for Thanksgiving, we went to Washington D.C. because that was a place my wife had always wanted to go. So I said, well, let's take that money that we would have been buying all this turkey and all this other kind of stuff, and let's go, stay in a nice hotel. We was able to stay in a historic hotel in Washington D.C., and we went to the Black National Black Museum there. And I was really surprised. We talked about this a couple of years ago. I was just really surprised at so many people that was there. And I was like, it was good to see that our people breaking out of this religious mindset, because religion has put us in a lot of the economic states that we are in. Yeah, so I don't necessarily believe that living righteous, has to be boring, right? It's just so many alternate things that you can do, and also to the fact that maybe we can start encouraging our family members to say, hey, instead of us doing this, let's do this, right? And so I would say this, like I said, to encouragement to you. The day is the last day is Christmas Day, so it's over right now, and you made it through. You might have felt some kind of way that you didn't go over, and you wasn't there with the Secret Santa or whatever. You might feel some kind of way that you feel left out, but I'm telling you, if you're faithful in the small things, Yah will make you ruler over men. He'll make things better for you. And we're already seeing in the world today. I believe just for the fact that Yah is seeing a small remnant of people. Because besides all these people that's, buying books about, Hebrews to Negroes and all these things, and even over the last years of people waking up to understand who we are. Although I believe that the people that woke up to who we are were people that was already righteous, people that was already born again, some, not all, and that was trying to live for Yah the best they could, and they understood that this Christianity, Islam, whatever thing was not the way to go, and they came out of it. I believe that Yah is seeing a group of people that are understanding that even before coming into understanding that we are the people, and that he is indeed, when 1619 came, and they made that proclamation, about, I believe that the Most High was starting to work right then. And I believe that we're getting into that part where he said, when after he has judged that nation, we're going to come out with great riches. Because I don't know if you have been seeing in the news, I'm just going to switch gears a little bit right now from the thing about Christmas to get into, to encourage you that, like I said, have been trying to do the best you can to move away from paganism, that now you're seeing all throughout all the United States, you're starting to see all these cities that's doing reparation studies. And you're seeing that, I would say, I would have no doubt that at least by the end of next year, that the state of California might be the first state to give some of our people reparations. And I'm talking about big time reparations, that we are very, very, very close, I believe, to, us getting some retribution. Just like the Bible says, he said that when they came out of Egypt, they didn't come out empty handed. He said that, the judgment of this nation. Now understand what does that mean with us getting the money, but we also getting ready to see some great economic upheavals, because we understand that they're still transferring money back to the east with this Ukraine thing. That they just gave them some more billions of dollars in weaponry and other funds. We understand that or whatever. But how y'all works it out, I don't know. I don't know how he gonna work it out, but I know I see he working it out. And I'm telling you, if you're faithful in pushing back against some of this stuff, that the Most High is gonna bless your faithfulness. Because remember, Deuteronomy 28, you had the blessings and the curses. I always say that I always tell the Most High, Yahuwah, I want to live in the blessings of Deuteronomy 28. I don't want to live in the curses of Deuteronomy 28. But part of living in the blessings is that you must be obedient, right? And now that we have the example of Yeshua in his life, in the Word, and we are born again, and we're being moved and led by the Holy Spirit, that we can walk in, those of you that believe you can walk in the blessings as the biblical descendants of those 12 tribes. Some of us, not all, because like I said in one video, everybody that came here, I don't believe that every black person that came here was a descendant of the 12 tribes. But for those that that the Most High in your spirit has put it in your spirit that that's who you are, and you fairly confident that you can walk in the blessings of Deuteronomy 28 and not the curses. And I'm going to say that right off the bat, that even if you say, well, I don't believe in that we're in Egypt anymore. I don't believe that we're in Babylon. I just believe that this is just the way things is. Even if you don't believe that, if you don't believe that we're gonna come out with great substance, right? Per se, don't you want to live in the blessings if you can? You understand? So just, I believe, for the fact that you as an individual, but if we as a collective say, look, we want to live in the blessings of Deuteronomy 28, and not the curses. And we want to be able to make a way for us, if need be, for us to get out of this place, that the Most High is opening up that opportunity. But one of the things that he also stated in the book of Revelations is you got to come out from among Babylon. And we know that a lot of these holidays and all this stuff is tied to back to Babylon. We got to be able to release it and let it go, because this is say you know the reparations is going to go to people that believers and not believers, that just say that you get the money, but you still living under the curses of Deuteronomy 20:28, right? you know and did say that you're going to see where your Christian church is going to take all your money. You're going to spend all your money on Christmas. You're going to spend all your money on Thanksgiving. You're going to spend all your money on Easter, and when it's all said and done, you're going to be right back to the same situation. You're going to be like those people that win the lottery or whatever, and within a few years they filing for bankruptcy, and they're in a worse condition, because you got to change your mindset. You can change your mindset. You don't even have to have the money, right? You can put yourself in a situation where the money, and I hate to say it, because I think about that wicked Leroy Thompson and all these what's that word I want to say, faith, health and wealth preachers, right? Talking about money come to me. It's not so much that money comes to you, it's favor. And the favor can be in the form of money, but it doesn't necessarily have to be in the form of money. It can be in the form of you getting that property that you was trying to get to start you or build you a house. Or it could come in the form of you getting a better position on your job, right? But it's not coming, right, because of some magical formula. It's coming because you're walking in righteousness. And the Bible said that if a man's ways please the Most High, he'll make even his enemies be at peace with him. And so even like with, like I said, getting back to the Christmas and the holiday thing, that you don't have to be obnoxious and boisterous and so, whatever. You can just say, look, we don't participate in this stuff because just that and other. And Yah will bless your faithfulness. He will bless your faithfulness for doing that. And he'll open up doors. When people get sick, when you pray, you won't have to go on 3-week fast and all this kind of stuff for them to be healed. You can get down on your knees and say, Father, heal them, and he'll heal them, because he said if you're faithful in a few things, he'll make you ruler over many, right? And so this is what we're talking about, right? That these light afflictions, right, of you maybe being misunderstood or whatever for not participating, and saying, no, I'm not going to deal with that. Yah will bless you, right? This is a light affliction, right? The devil is not stupid that he would tie, rejecting these things, right, to being in some kind of cult. But as we understand, it's not a religion. It's not a building. It's not a person that we're following or whatever. It's that we're following after righteousness. We're not following after fables. We're not following after this stuff. And someone was saying, we get ready to end this video, well, if you want to talk about Santa Claus being a fable and all these stuff, what about when you take your children to Chuck E. Cheese or something like that? And Chuck E. Cheese is a fictitious character. Why are you taking your child to Chuck E. Cheese? Well, the difference between Chuck E. Cheese and Santa is that your children are not going to be worshiping Chuck E. Cheese, but they are worshiping Santa, right? They are. There's no doubt about it. And, we like I said, we're putting ourselves in a lot of financial situations, falling after these holidays, these holy days, whether you want to believe it or not. You say, I don't go to church, I don't, whatever. But whether you know it or not, it is, and you're giving credence to a religious character, and Yah doesn't like it. Same thing with the Easter Bunny and all this other stuff, Halloween, all of that. We gotta let it go. We gotta let it go. It's not, and that comes to other religions too. Voodoo, anything, mommy water. We gotta let it go. It's not of the Most High. You gotta let it go. The crystals, um, the mood rings, all that. You gotta let it go. It's not of the Most High. So with that, I say I want to encourage y'all that have made it through, and it's got to deal with this one day, and you know, uh, just thank Most High that you was able to make it through, and we just thank you, for just adding to the chorus of those that say we're not going to conform to the image of this world anymore. We're going to conform to the image of Yeshua HaMashiach, the Word made flesh. So with that, I'm going to ask you to continue to pray for me and my wife and those who are sick and shut in. I'm going to ask you to leave a comment. I'm going to ask you to subscribe. Be blessed.